these base tables, this base airflow that's going to correlate airflow to a throttle plate opening are going to be very accurate. And when let's say we're blipping the throttle and coming back into idle, this is going to be setting the throttle plate where it needs to park itself at, and then start to adjust from. The more accurate we have these tables, the more accurate our airflow and our throttle body control will be in our idle control routine. So we need to go tweak these tables here a little bit. Let's jump back in. We see that it's very minimal deviations or differences. If you go back to that first data log when we fired it off, when the mass airflow sensor was having a much higher reading in terms of that amount of grams per second it was showing, in that condition, it was showing that we needed to go in and correct by up to 4 grams per second. Now it's only about a 0.4, 0.5, 0.6 grams per second. Things fall in line. The base values are more accurate, more referencing accurately our throttle plate versus airflow correlation. So there's less that we actually need to adjust. So looking at this, let me jump in to the graphs versus layout. We're going to have our decimals as 2 here, so we can see this exposed a little bit more accurately. This is what we need to go and add into our base airflow table. So what we can do here is literally grab the values in here. Now let me go in and just pause this real quick so I can talk a little bit easier. Let me go ahead and just stop that data log. And looks like my laptop might be slowing down here just a little bit. I apologize. Let's let this catch up here for a second. Okay, so now the laptop here is caught up. We can see what we want to do is take this and do a direct copy. We're going to take it from the values that it's populated, 666 RPM to 10,050. Now, a couple things with this that I want to mention if you're following along here and you're going, why isn't this populating? What's going on here? Well, you need to make sure in the background here, if we poke into the graph's layout, we can see how this is actually formed. We're using a parameter idle airflow park neutral AC off math user. You need to bring this into your math channels here. So if we go into tools, just so we can clearly see this, under math parameters, you want to make sure that you're bringing this into an open user math channel. We need to go up here to the file open, and found in our VCM scanner math folder in our training course, we're going to grab our AC off park neutral. That's what we need to bring into your user math, and that's what you need to bring into under your parameters section here. Let's give this a second to catch up. Graph layout. That's going to be what you have here for your parameters. So you're going to have to go and select that if you don't see that populating correctly. Down here under user defined, you'll grab where you've brought that into the math channels. That's the math channels that some of the math channels that I brought in from our training course folder. Now I have a lot of different channels in here. They're all related to various different Ford courses, so you can see that we have a bunch of different things in here. It may not pertain to what we're doing here. This is really the only channel we need to pay attention to. So that's what we're overlaying here into this histogram. Another thing to keep in mind, I'm making sure that the units that I'm working in here are grams per second. In the math channels, I made sure that it was using the PID logging channels in units of grams per second. And what's the note about this is when we're editing this table here, make sure that your units are in grams per second. So it can't be in pound per minute, in pound per hour, must be in grams per second to make this all accurately take the data, copying it from the scanner, putting it into our calibration file. So again, make sure it's in units of grams per second in your actual tables here. So I'm going to grab these values, and even right here at 0 RPM, I'm just going to grab that. That's where we were in our cranking. We're going to grab all that, and we're going to go in here. And
thanks for checking out our teaser clip. If you want to see the rest of this video and more than 500 hours of current EFI training we have to offer, make sure you click right here. If you want to go and check out more teaser clips from this training course, click here, and you don't want to miss any of the videos we're going to be releasing on this channel, so make sure you subscribe and click here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.